Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome. Good afternoon and welcome to our graduation of California 977. My name is Stacy Ellison, and I'm the class supervisor for this graduating class of 6 guide dog teams, 4 in residence and 2 in home. And I welcome you. We are live streaming from Guide Dogs for the Blind, California campus. So we welcome all of you. Thank you all for coming to our graduation today, both in person and virtually. We have so much to celebrate. We celebrated our 80th anniversary last year, and we're here to honor our 6 guide dog teams, as well as applaud the generosity of all those who've helped make today happen. Our puppy raisers, thank you for putting your heart and soul into these dogs. It shows, and we literally could not do what we do without you. So thank you so much. We'll be hearing from some of you today. Our donors, thank you so much for providing a lifetime of support for our graduates, our alums, without any cost to them. We do not receive any government funding, so your support is crucial to our mission. Guide Dogs for the Blind gratefully acknowledges Lillian Tremoroli for her generous sponsorship of harnesses all throughout our calendar year of 2023. Let's give a round of applause for that. And thank you to our volunteers and staff, many of who are here today. Our mission could not be completed without you as well. Whether you work with our clients, directly with our clients, our dogs, or in admin, thank you. And finally, I'd love to congratulate and thank our 6 graduating guide dog teams. You all have worked so hard these last couple of weeks, and congratulations to all of you. And now we'd like to share with you a short video about the magic of our mission. And this, along with the narrator, you'll hear a second voice. It's video, it's audio, it's a descriptive video, sorry. So there'll be a second voice that'll be describing each scene as it goes through. And it's also captioned. So these inclusive features ensure that everyone can have access and enjoy the video. Enjoy.
Logos, Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International.
Hello, I'm Noah Wiley.
A mama nurses a litter.
There's a special magic about Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Puppy bellies and wiggling tails.
Some might say it's the dogs.
Puppies squirm in a pile.
These courageous guides who change people's lives.
2 black puppies at a gate. Outside, a woman hugs her guide dog.
There's magic in the people, too.
A man walks with his dog. An older puppy licks a woman's cheek.
Like the volunteer puppy raisers.
Volunteers with puppies.
Who socialize and care for puppies in their homes.
Out walking in their neighborhood.
Encouraging them to explore new surroundings.
Riding the train.
And giving them love and guidance.
In the park.
To help prepare them to be a guide dog.
And in a group at the airport.
And, when it's time, part ways so that the puppy they have raised can go on to change someone's life.
A team on a city sidewalk.
When dogs return to our campuses, our world-class instructors work their magic to maximize each dog's potential to become highly skilled, smart, and loving companions.
Instructors with dogs.
Teaching each dog how to safely guide someone who is blind or visually impaired through the world when they're at home.
Relaxing by a fireplace.
Hiking.
On a forest trail.
Visiting friends.
At a picnic table.
Catching a plane.
Navigating baggage claim.
Heading downtown.
In a city crosswalk.
Across town.
Along a riverfront.
Taking public transportation.
At a train station.
Or heading to work.
Riding an escalator.
They will even disobey a command if it means keeping their handlers safe.
People with guides in their neighborhoods.
Those who are on the other end of the harness might say the magic is there, moving freely through the world with ease, confidence, and independence. Along the way, helping them develop new relationships, connect with new people, building stronger, more compassionate communities.
A group of people with their guide dogs in Chinatown.
We know there is magic in these partnerships.
A woman hugs her dog.
The bonds that are formed.
Another kisses her dog's head.
The places they go.
A group of people and guide dogs at the Golden Gate Bridge.
The dreams that come true.
A woman leads small boys on a walk with her dog.
It's in the care.
Playing in a yard.
The friendship.
A woman pets a dog.
The lifetime of love.
Lying in her lap.
It's the ability to live a fuller life without limits.
A woman scales an indoor climbing wall.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, you are part of an amazing community that works together to make these partnerships possible at no cost to our clients.
Vets give checkups.
A community that helps us care for the health of our dogs over their lifetime. A community that provides the necessary training to help prepare potential clients for the guide dog lifestyle.
Instructors with clients.
A community that gives children in our youth programs the opportunity to experience the magic of a guide dog, to see if having a dog may be right for them.
Children interact and play with dogs.
A community that makes dreams of inclusion, enhanced confidence,
Clients walk with dogs.
mobility, independence, and companionship come true.
A man with his dog on the beach.
That's the magic of Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Share an orange sunset.
And it's all because of you.
He hugs his dog. Blackout. Logos. Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International. The light fades to black.
What a lovely video. It's a newer video for us, and it highlights our 3 programs here at Guide Dogs for the Blind. Our Guide Dog program, our Orientation and Mobility Immersion program, and our Canine Buddy program. And interwoven through all of those programs are our puppy raisers. What I'd like to do now is introduce our instructional team for this California 977. Senior Instructor, Cologne Nathaniel. And we have apprentice instructor Christina Cherry, who had another obligation. She's not here today. She did a terrific job in this class as well. So let's give her a round of applause. And Cologne will now do the class presentation.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance this afternoon. I'm just going to jump right in. We have our first graduate is Betsy Grow of Dayton, Oregon. Betsy received Finley, a male black Labrador Retriever raised by Kim and Mary Casanova of Fullerton, California, Gregory Walter and Peter Farmer of San Francisco, California. Finley is Betsy's second guide dog. She looks forward to introducing him to her husband, her large family of 5 children and 5 grandchildren. Betsy enjoys beadwork, watching movies, and after 20 years as a stay-at-home mom, she'll soon be re-entering the workforce, of course, with Finley by her side.
Of course, I'd have to go after the really awesome, sweet, heartfelt video, so bear with me. First of all, I would like to thank Guide Dogs. As Cologne said, this is my second guide, and they have both been from Guide Dogs for the Blind. And I have always felt like I was part of a huge, huge family of very kind, generous people. The staff, the donors, everybody that works to keep all the moving parts, and there's so many moving parts going in this organization, are just amazing. I would like to thank, I would like to thank my puppy raisers who I got to meet today. You guys have given me such a gift. And I know that Finley is going to be just the best guide dog ever because of the things that you did and the ways that you cared for him and taught him. Thank you. I would like to thank my family. I'm going to get through this, I swear. I'd like to thank my family for supporting getting me here, for encouraging me, sometimes against my own protests, to move ahead and move forward and get here. And they've been sacrificing so much while I've been gone. And I want you all to know that the contributions that you make, whether it's volunteering or whatever service that you perform for guide dogs, it doesn't just affect those of us that are vision impaired. There are entire communities of loved ones around all of us that can sleep easier, rest easier, knowing that someone that they care about that needs that assistance in order to live a functional, independent life has that security. And that means so much to so many people. This has been the most amazing experience. I have made some wonderful friends who are now also family to me. I've learned some really awesome life lessons that, some are a little harder than others. And but I am so excited to move on and find out what life has in store for me and with Finley by my side. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Mary, and I'm here today with my daughter, Kim. We're so excited to be here and with all of you and celebrating all the graduating teams today, but especially Betsy and Finley. My husband couldn't be here today, but we raised Finley with him in Southern California until Finley was 14 months old when he went with Peter and Gregory to finish his training. We had especially high hopes for Finley because he's our grandpuppy. And we thought he was going to be just like his father, Ringo, who we also adored. But he let us know early on that he is one of a kind. He was quite determined. He was confident, smart, but also playful and a bit goofy at the same time. He was the kind of puppy that if you were laying on the ground exercising, he would just come over and plop right on top of you. Or he would just come up behind you and wiggle in between your legs and stick his head out and say kind of hi, But we have just really felt lucky to be a part of this organization, and we're grateful to the trainers. You guys are amazing, the staff here, and also so many volunteers on campus that, including one that used to be with our puppy raising club, Marianne Epstein, and she is a transporter to the airport. She gets up early, lives in Napa, and comes to the campus and drives people back to the airport as early as 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes. But speaking of clubs, our puppy raising club, Rhea Puppy Raisers, is amazing, and they are part of the reason that Finley's here today, along with our PFM, Devin Warner, who has incredible insight, advice, and wisdom, and has helped us all so much in our club. And with that, I feel that we can all be congratulated because we're all part of this great team. And so thank you, guys. Appreciate being here. And we're proud of Finley.
All right, next we have Lisa Howard of Brooklyn Park, Maryland. Lisa received Burma, a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Kelly Leveroni of Elk Grove, California. Burma is Lisa's fourth guide. She works as an assistive technology for an assistive technology company as an AT service coordinator. Lisa lives with her husband and her twin boys, who are seniors in high school. She enjoys hanging out with her boys when they'll have her around. And Lisa plays multiple instruments, including the piano, the guitar, and she also enjoys singing.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to try to keep this kind of short so that I can hold it together, but Betsy kind of set a precedence here, so I was like, oh no, she's got me going. I am so grateful for Guide Dogs for the Blind. This is probably the most well thought out organization. Down to every single little detail, I feel like they have all the practices thought out. It's amazing. I'm losing words here, but I also my instructors were incredible, so encouraging. Definitely the most positive atmosphere I could ever dream of being a part of. And then the big one is my puppy raisers. Sorry, I'm going to lose it. It is the biggest sacrifice and the greatest gift that they give us. And I mean, it is, for me, it is the freedom of movement, and it's moving with grace and confidence, and it actually makes me feel like myself. So, so I'm so grateful to Kelly and Mary and Kevin for raising this sweet, sweet girl who is just an absolute ball of joy and love, and she's been described as having a lot of moxie. So, and she definitely does. So now I'm going to pass it on to Kelly. Yes.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm a terrible public speaker, so pardon me. I want to thank, I am so grateful to have met Lisa, and I just know that Burma's going to the best place ever. She is our fourth dog, and she's just amazing. Yes, Moxie, but I think she met her match right here. I'm really grateful to my daughter, Mary, who pushed us into this. This is something, we took a long hiatus, like a 10-year hiatus of raising a dog, and Mary really, really wanted to get into it and made it happen. My husband, Kevin, was there 24/7 helping. My good friend, Nicole, co-raised Burma, and we could not have done it. It took a village, and we got this beautiful Spitfire, charismatic ball of energy, and couldn't be happier because I think she's just going to the most perfect place ever. And I'm so grateful to Guide Dogs for their Match.com ability. I think she's exactly where she needs to be, and I could not be happier.
All right, next up is Elizabeth Ada Johnstone. Neve, who is a female yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Michaela Kirkland and Cody Miller of Petaluma, California. Neve is Ada's third guide. Ada is retired, and she enjoys volunteering at the Canadian National Institute for the Blind. In her free time, she enjoys sailing with her friends and can take the helm of a 30-foot sailboat. She also is a part of a book club and enjoys doing yoga.
Thank you. I'm receiving my third dog today, Guide. This is Neve. I'm so excited and happy to have her. She's such a joy to work with. I'd like to thank all of the whole organization of Guide Dogs for the Blind. They're doing an amazing job, and I'm so grateful to them. I'd also like to thank all of the donors, because without them, this would not be possible. I'd like to thank my puppy raiser, Michaela. She did such a good job, her and her husband, with Neve. She's just such a happy puppy, so much fun to be with, and yet she's so conscientious when she's doing her job. Guide Dogs for the Blind have prepared me to start a new chapter of my life with my new guide, Neve, and I'm looking so forward to getting home and sharing everything with my husband and my family. Thank you, Guide Dogs.
I'm going to try to hold it together. Sorry, I'm kind of a crier up here. Neve is the first dog that my husband and I raised together. She's the fourth dog that I have raised as well. I actually took her as a favor to our PFM or CFR, whatever they're called now, and took a dog a little early and told her that I'd start her, but if I didn't really fall in love with her, I kind of wanted a different one. I fell head over heels in love with Neve. She's, don't tell my other dogs that I've raised, but she was my easiest and has just been an absolute pleasure to raise. So it was really a privilege for us to raise Neve. I keep telling him that she's really easy compared to other dogs that we've raised or that I've raised prior. So we're just so proud of Neve and can't wait to hear about the next chapter. And the work that she will do. She was just so much fun and loves playing in the hose and was always a really good girl. So I'd like to also thank my puppy club there. I can cry again, sorry. A lot of them are here today to support us, so I really appreciate it, and they help me with the drive and passion that I have for Guide Dogs for the Blind. So we greatly appreciate everybody attending, and thank you everybody else that's involved as well. Thank you.
All right. Our fourth in-resident graduate is Jean Ann Wenzel of Kerman, California. Jean Ann received Gilroy, a male yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Kat Buzos of Vacaville, California, and the Wester family of Fairfield, California. Gilroy is Jean Ann's second guide. Jean Ann leads an active life. She is always on the go and is very involved in her church. She looks forward to introducing Gilroy to all of her family, all of her friends, and especially her church family, where he'll be making his first appearance on Easter Sunday.
Thank you very much. There's so many people to thank. First of all, Guide Dogs for the Blind. They are an amazing organization from top to bottom. They anticipate everything. They solve all the problems, and it runs so smoothly. I thank them for all that they do for the blind community. I'd like to thank my instructor, Cologne. She did a great job with me. She helped me. She gave me the support, gave me the instructions I needed, and gave me some good words to remember, and I'm going to remember them always. And I'd like to thank my classmates. We had a great time together. Thanks for meeting all of you. I hope we keep in touch. We did a lot of good support for each other, and I thank you for all of that. And my puppy raiser. This is Kat. She did an amazing job. Her and her father, they were just... Gilroy is just such a wonderful, happy, content dog. He's going to be just perfect for me. I just know it. We're going to be a great team. And their work and their sacrifice of bringing him back to the community here and to this campus so that he could continue his guide work, I so much appreciate him. But most of all, I need to thank my Savior. God has been with me every step of my journey on this path that He set forth for me. He's answered all my prayers. He gives me courage. He gives me strength. And most of all, He gives me His love. And through Him and Guide Dogs for the Blind, they've now given me the skills that I need to be able to work with charisma so that I can go out and be independent and continue to give all the good news to the whole community. And that's what I plan on doing. And I thank everyone so very much for that.
I'm going to speak for my daughter, Kat, because she has a little trouble speaking in public. This is her third dog and the third dog that graduated. So we're very proud of her. She's She started out in high school, and she had a tough time getting the high school administration to allow the guide dog. And through quite a bit of effort on my wife's and I part, we were able to get him to finally agree to take the dogs. And she was able to bring it onto the campus. And after that, they really enjoyed doing it. They weren't sure of what would happen if they brought a guide dog in training onto the campus. But it really, I think, changed the whole campus, and other people started bringing guide dogs in. So it made a big difference. It was a little tough on Kat to make it happen, but we did it. So then she raised the 2 more dogs. And one thing that we realized early on was how important these dogs are to people. Seeing what they do for people like Anne just makes it so important to do this, especially for young kids. If they can get into it when they're young, they learn a huge amount of skills, and helps them in not only in life, but to help a person, personally help a person have a better life. That is so rare and so valuable, and I'm so happy to be part of that.
All right, as Stacy mentioned, we also had 2 clients who received in-home training. Occasionally, clients are able to request in-home training if there's a variety of reasons that would benefit having them working in their home environments. The first of those 2 graduates is from Alabama, so she's not able to be in attendance, and that is Kennedy Dockery of Trinity, Alabama. Kennedy received in-home training with Norm, a male yellow Labrador retriever, who was raised by Valerie Mull of Fairfield, California. So let's give them a round of applause. And last but certainly not least, we have Thomas Mock of Clear Lake, California, who is in attendance today. Tom received in-home training with Gresham, a male yellow Labrador retriever, raised by Kimia Pormare of Mill Valley, California, and Liz DiCarpena of San Anselmo, California. Gresham is Tom's 3rd dog. He has been married to his lovely wife, Linda, for almost 50 years. They have 2 sons and 5 grandchildren. Tom works for a medical clinic and enjoys music and the outdoors.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of us. We deserve it, and our wonderful teams. I'd like to share an experience with all of you, because eventually those of you who haven't, at some point will probably be transitioning to dogs at some point. It's been about a little over a year actually, since I had to help my beautiful black lab Berlina cross over the Rainbow Bridge. She was 14. And so I had to transition to a new dog. And last September, they had a dog for me. And so the instructor came out with the dog. Everything seemed real good. It was working out great. I was happy with the dog. And the instructor said, no, he's not working. He's too susceptible to dog distractions. Well, I was kind of put out about it, but So they took the dog, so I was at a loss. I was still grieving over my previous dog, and I spoke to the training supervisor who has worked with me and kept in touch with me all this time from day one, and she says, "Don't worry, I rest assured we're going to find a dog for you that's going to work out perfect for you." And so they had a problem. You know, COVID just set them back with getting dogs. So they about a little over 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the training supervisor, and she said, "We have a dog for you. Do you think you would be ready to have the dog by 2 weeks ago, Wednesday?" I said, "Yes, I'm ready whenever you are." So anyway, they brought the dog out, and my gosh, it was night and day. I have to thank the previous instructor for being so dedicated. The staff at Guide Dogs is just absolutely dedicated. They're not happy with mediocrity. Everything has to be just so. Everything has to be perfect because they want the best for the dogs and the handlers. And for that, I am extremely grateful. I'm also, my dog, Gresham, and I have to thank my puppy raisers, Kimia and Liz, for doing such a splendid job. This dog is the most well-mannered guide I have ever encountered, and he's brilliant too. I mean, the instructors taught him all kinds of cues. Where I live, the roads are all washboard roads. They're with no sidewalks, no curbs, so it's very tricky. But they have trained him where he can pick out specific landmarks to show me where to turn, where to cross, and it's amazing. It's like night and day with this dog. I mean, he's a brilliant dog. What can I say? He's a dog with class. And I just feel nothing but gratitude and honor to be a part of Guide Dogs. They're just one of the best organizations around, in my opinion. And I just say Godspeed for Guide Dogs. Let it, you know, I hope they're around forever. Thank you.
I do promise he's normally good. He was an absolute joy to raise. He was the first dog that I raised, and he was always so easy and so easygoing, and just whatever challenge you could throw at him, he would take up, and he was brilliant. He stole my heart. He got to be the first dog to steal my heart. He'll have a piece of my heart forever. And if he hasn't managed to already steal Tom's heart, he definitely will. And so I'm really excited to see where he goes. And I know he's just always been built to do this. And he just looks so natural and so perfect with Tom and in his harness. So thank you, Tom, for allowing to make him thrive.
Gresham is our third guide dog puppy we've raised, and like Kimmy said, absolute joy. He came as a little 8-week-old pup, and he kind of had this little old soul look in his eyes we always joked about. But he's a goofy boy, he's a loving boy, he's super dedicated and a hard worker. You could take him anywhere. My heart is full now that I saw him with Tom, because after missing him for so much, and I'm raising another puppy now, but I still call my other puppy Grushy. And just playing with him right now with Tom, but seeing him go back to Tom, and Gresham just told me, this is it. This is my guy now, and it really made me feel great. So the circle is complete. I also want to thank my family for helping, Rufo, Francis, and Allegra, and for our puppy club leader, Marty, who's given us so much great direction and guidance. And thank you, guide dogs. I actually have Gresham's great-granddad at home, Julian, so Gilroy's great-granddad too, and he's an amazing dog who's sired a lot of guides. So it's, thank you, guide dogs. I love what I do.
All right, and without any further ado, I'd like to congratulate Class 977, let you guys know how much I've enjoyed working with you. You guys were a great class, a lovely class full of motivated individuals, and yeah, I look forward to keeping in touch and hearing from all of you, and wish you happy trails. All right, so lastly, I'd like to talk to you all about a little bit about the dogs training and also the clients training here. So as most of you are aware, the dogs are trained using a clicker. And so similar to, for those of you who are puppy raisers, similar to the verbal marker nice, that means what? Food's coming, right? So the clicker is just a replacement for nice, and what that allows is for us to mark the precise moment that the dog shows us the behavior that we want, and then allows us to use that positive reinforcement to reward them. So not only are the dogs, when they're performing guide work, they're out there navigating the environment and different obstacles with the environment, but also whether it's a curb, whether it's a low-hanging branch, it's really just a series of targets that the dogs are taking the grads up to, but some other sort of novel targets that are useful could be the dogs learning how to identify a door, a chair, different things like that. So today we are fortunate to have one of our resident advisors, Marissa Garcia, and her guide dog, Jim, and they are going to be demonstrating chair targeting. All right, so sometimes the process goes pretty fast, so I will try my best to narrate what the team is doing. But the technique that Marissa will be performing is called back chaining, and that is essentially starting at the target and then progressively moving your way farther and farther back. So just to sort of let Jim know what game we're playing, initially Marissa is going to use her hand as the target, and the moment that he touches her hand, she's clicking him and she's rewarding him. The nice thing about our fist is that, you know, we can then place that on any other target that we desire to teach the dog to point out to us. And so, as you will see, the chair that is here, Marissa will then place her fist on the chair, now making the chair the new target in place of her hand. All right, so then she'll start moving progressively farther and farther away. And once he starts to understand what that new target is, she's looking for the anticipation from the dog and him moving closer. When she's ready, she picks up her harness handle, and Jim's done this a time or two, so he's pretty good at it. And then once you're pretty sure your dog has an idea of what that target is and you're ready to work them, that's when you would be giving the target a name. So,
Find the chair.
Chair as such.
Good boy.
Very good boy.
Good job, Jim.
All right.
Good boy.
We're going to have Marissa go a little bit farther back and work Jim from there.
Jim, find the chair. Find the chair. See? Yes.
Excellent.
Good.
All right, so how many of you guys think that, go ahead, round of applause, that's awesome. All right, so how many of you guys think that Jim can go all the way as far as that door and then point this chair out to Marissa? Yeah, we think you will? Okay. He's showing off. He's showing you guys two targets. You got it, bud.
Find the chair. Let's go. Find the chair.
Awesome. And then just sort of to wrap up the behavior, you see that Marissa has then had a seat in the chair, and that just sort of brings context to the activity. All right, thank you very much. All right, and so now I'm going to hand it over to Stacey Ellison for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Cologne. Oh my goodness. That was a great review for all of you guys graduating today of a little snapshot of back chaining. And I just loved all the dogs, you know, they learn when it's their clicker and when it's not their clicker. And all of these dogs were they were so adorable watching them, observing Jim, just taking it in, getting another review for themselves as well before going heading home. So again, congratulations, all 5 of us here, 6, including Kennedy. Congratulations, you guys. There were such heartfelt sentiments, and I think the gentleman who spoke near the end really is one that got me as far as the impact these dogs have on lives. And one of the clients talked about that. Betsy, you talked about the rings, that you're not just impacting your life, you're impacting your community that surrounds and supports you. That's just very, very touching. So anyway, congratulations, clients. I'm going to be talking to you guys in a couple weeks to see how your transition's going, and also know Guide Dogs for the Blind, we're here for the lifetime of your working life together. So if there are any hiccups along the way, we're here on the sidelines to help. So this concludes the graduation of California 977. Let's give everyone a round of applause. And if you or someone you know could benefit from our services, or you would like to help out in any way, please talk with a staff member if you're here in person today, or visit guidedogs.com. And for those visiting with us virtually, we look forward to having you on campus soon. And for those of us here today, we get to have refreshments next door. There's some beverages and some cookies, I believe. And the gift shop is also open for a little while if you want to go visit that. So again, thank you all for coming today.